This bill, we need these people testifying for this one. And we can keep an orchestrated database so that we know as bills come up, who's going to testify, who's the backup. If this person can't, who do we have to back up to fill them in? We need to make sure that we've got a letter writing database too, so we know who can write letters. If we need to have a letter writing campaign to the governor or specific senators or specific reps, we need to know who are the people that are really eloquent at writing letters, that can draft a couple letters, and we can get that database out and get those sent in. We have to, as I said, we have to have an orchestrated approach. We've got kind of one at this point. Linda seems to be very, very well with media relations. Ken seems to do very, very well with all the legal issues. Jeremy, in my mind, just has a very great mind for logistically orchestrating things through the legislature. As my health gets better and better, I'm starting to reconnect with all the people in Jeff City that I need to know, and so I've been helping Jeremy sort of behind the scenes. So, okay, this is the one you need to contact here. But we need to have an orchestrated approach, just like when you play chess or pool. The goal isn't to just make the one shot. If you're a professional, the goal is to run the board, to run the table, and so you have to have the fifth shot lined up when you make the first shot. That's what we need to go in with the orchestrated approach. With this year being an election campaign, there's certain specific, we don't want to get everybody into every single campaign, but there's certain people that are shared parenting people that would really help us get some bills passed next year. So you need to find out, contact one of us and find out. One in particular that I'm excited about is Dr. Jotty, and I don't like to talk about people endorsing particular candidates, but if I know a candidate is very much pro-shared parenting, and will help move things along in the Senate, it is the most targeted Senate race in the state of Missouri next year. And we've got a person who knows my son, who knows what I went through, who is running for Senate in the most targeted race right now. So you need to find out races like that, get to know those people. That's how you get bills passed, is get to know these people, build a relationship before they even get to Jeff City. That's how they remember you later on. And then the last thing is get to know these legislators and their staff. The reason I was able to get so many bills passed years ago was I knew the staff. In Missouri, we have term limits. There's 8 years. That means 2 terms for the senators, 4 states for the reps. There's not enough time for an incoming freshman to learn everything they need to know. How do they learn? They get a legislative aide that's been here for 20 years, that already knows the process, they know the ins and outs, they know everything. Those are the people you need to get to know, because the people right now who are going to be out in 4 years, their legislators are still going to be here in 5 years, in 6 years. So those are the people we need to build bonds with, build relationships with, find out their personal stories. Did they know somebody in their family that had an unfortunate divorce or custody battle that we can relate to them on a personal level, to where they say, you know what, that happened to my brother. Man, I'm for this bill. And now they're going to be the people behind the scenes getting things out. So I'm just probably rambled long enough, but I'm just excited about where we are. And like I said, I've seen hundreds and hundreds of bills passed, and I'm not exaggerating. We couldn't be in a better position right now. The hardest thing is just like an airplane. The hardest thing is getting that thing moving. When that airplane starts, you can walk faster than an airplane, but up 500 yards down the runway, I wouldn't be walking on the runway when that plane comes zipping down. We've got the plane moving. All we need is just a little more momentum, and we're going to get that sucker sailing through the air. So we've got the momentum going. We've got to stay united, get an orchestrated plan. But thanks so much for everybody coming out today. I really appreciate everybody. Thanks to Linda. Thanks to Ken. And I wish Jeremy was here. I just think the world of him. He is just a great guy. So, thanks to everybody.